They have been on a roll in 2025 with two amazing releases so far. Note, I am recording this episode in August. I don't know if anything else has been released by the time that this episode drops, but they have been amazing so far. In this episode, we are going to cover Timeless, the album released a couple of months ago, which is sort of a compilation, but it is amazing by itself. So let's kick off this episode of SEIYUU Lounge. Welcome to SEIYUU Lounge. I am your host Vanessa, and in this episode let's talk about Sir Vanity's Timeless, let's say the most recent release by the popular pop rock band, which is more about fashion meets rock, which is amazing. So we are going to cover in this episode, and this is going to be a viewable episode starting from this point on. We are going to cover more about that release in specific and why I loved it a whole lot. Enjoy. With Timeless. This is a compilation of songs that were featured in a theater play for Tokyo Revengers. So I feel that the vibe is also quite aggressive, quite final, quite... there's a ton of violence in here, but a ton of emotion underneath. It's not pure violence, it's violence with a heart. And you can feel that throughout the songs. Hero and Will were previously released, but New Day was a new song for me, and Timeless was also a new song for me, and I thoroughly enjoyed all those songs. Also, I love when Kuwabara has that cheeky time for himself to bring in a bass solo, and he has a bass solo in New Day in the outro, which is a nice twist because usually you don't bring solos to the outro unless it is a guitar and you are wrapping up with the guitar screaming in the background. But in this case, Kuwabara wanted to lead the way, and he's going really deep there in that song with the bass line in a solo. R-I-R or RIR. I don't know how it is pronounced or is supposed to be pronounced, but I feel that in that song, the contrast between Yuichiro Umehara's deep vocals and Yoshiki Nakajima's insanely high vocals, which I was not expecting, mind you. I know that he can do that because I've heard him before trying that, but I was not expecting in a Sir Vanity song for him to tap into that vocal range, and I loved that a whole lot. The dynamic with both vocals tapping into completely different vocal ranges, in this case really contrasting ones instead of them both being in the middle, sounding almost like the same in unison or in harmony, let's say. In this time around they wanted to do really something more disruptive, and you have that big contrast between their vocals, which I appreciate a whole lot. So yeah, all in all, it's Sir Vanity. Honestly, by now I feel that this band has been quite amazing, quite impressive as well. And they continue to consistently release good music. In my opinion, they are one of the best groups, which there aren't many at the moment, but they are one of the best SEIYUU-led groups or bands in the last 10 years, by far, honestly. And in this case, there's already tons of groups and bands because 10 years is a long stretch of time, and only recently bands have been disappearing and SEIYUU units have been less of a thing. I don't know about you, but Sir Vanity continues to impress me time and time again. Regardless if it is a new album, if it is a single, or if it is just something that is going to be featured as a theme song for a theater play, they continue to deliver top-tier quality when it comes to the music, when it comes to the vocals, when it comes to the enjoyment overall, when it comes to their music. I feel that and I've said this countless times before, especially early this year, that Sir Vanity is one of the most interesting bands that we have ever had in male SEIYUU music history, basically. I feel that they are bringing something so new, so fresh, so awesome to the table, because they are not being locked to a music genre, although, as you can tell in Timeless, most of the release is heavy rock music or fast-paced rock music or really intense rock music. but they are not tied necessarily by a music genre, although rock music is what propels them forward because they have twin guitars and twin vocals, so this demands a rock ensemble instead of a pop ensemble. And they are not defined by that sound. They are defined by the way that they bring a stylish approach to rock music. They blend their passion for fashion into rock music. They weave it in, and I love these. I said countless times before that I cannot help but make parallels with Old Codex, as they actually weaved painting into music. In here, with Sir Vanity, we are weaving fashion into music. I feel that this is an even more exciting way to approach music. I like what they are doing. Every single song feels like a fresh new idea. And while in Timeless most of the songs have almost the same vibe, when you listen to them you understand that they don't even sound the same. They have a similar vibe because underneath it all they are created to support a storyline that already exists, that has a specific vibe and a specific tone. And they really managed to capture that tone of Tokyo Revengers, the theater play, and bring it into music format with a really intense rock sound that really is impactful in a way that you wouldn't expect coming from this band. Once again, I say these you wouldn't expect, but yet again, you can expect anything from them because they can do it all. So yeah, I'm not going to extend too much about this topic. I feel that we all agree Sir Vanity is an amazing band. They deserve a ton of attention. I would love for more people to discover them and take them to greater heights like they took Gran Rodeo or even Old Codex in their prime, basically. So I would love to see Sir Vanity get the same treatment. I don't know if that is ever going to happen, but they are still fairly early in their journey, so if they continue to release music and being as exciting, as unique as they are right now, I can see them becoming a massive reference when it comes to music in the male SEIYUU side of the music industry, but also be bigger than that. Be more than just a male SEIYUU-led rock band, being really addressed as a rock band by most people, even people that don't know anything about SEIYUU or anime or anything else in between. So yeah, I love Timeless. It's another great release. My favorite song is Hero by far. I don't know about you, so I would love to know which is your favorite song in this CD, and if you would love to see them soundtracking another theater play, which anime would you like first to see as a theater play, and that you would love to see Sir Vanity or hear Sir Vanity soundtracking it. This was all from me about Sir Vanity's Timeless. I love this CD. I would love to know which is your favorite song there. And if you enjoyed this episode and you are on a podcast listening platform, I would love for you to follow the podcast and leave a review. It's really easy to leave a review, and that helps more people finding this podcast and actually coming across male SEIYUU artists and 2D music, which would be awesome. The more people that we are, the more noise that we make, the more love that we share, and potentially the better opportunities that may come for international fans when it comes to any ability to have more SEIYUU music available here and even live shows.